Pop-Tart. You know, there are things in this world that I'm not particularly proud of. This channel is definitely one of those things. Something else that usually disappoints me is YouTube's recommended page. Mostly because, for some reason, it keeps sending me videos that are age restricted. And here's the thing about that. The email I use for my YouTube channel is also the email I use for a lot of different things. So, some of these things I use it for, I need to have my date of birth. And so, basically, it kind of corners me into, you know, I need to have my age on my YouTube channel, which kind of sucks because a lot of these videos look like they could be entertaining and I don't know why YouTube keeps recommending them to me. And a lot of these videos don't even need to be age restricted, I think. So that kind of irks me a little bit, I think. If you couldn't tell by now, the theme of the video is things that fucking disappoint me. And we're gonna be working on a list here. I don't have anything in front of me, but it'd probably help if I did. So, you know, basically here it is. Jewish Christians, things that disappoints me. Part 1. You know, every time I record a video, I just wish God would just fucking smite me. Because a lot of my videos I'm not particularly proud of, mostly because of quality. I don't mind the content. I just don't like the quality, and I'm not really in a position to fix that because I'm broke as a joke. So. That's a good one. That was a good one. Another thing that tends to really get me, you know, disappointed is Minnesota weather. Anyone who lives in Minnesota, especially the past couple of days, know what the fuck I'm talking about. Last night it got colder than the fucking Antarctic, which, well, I mean, given global warming, I mean, it's not that hard to beat. But it's fucking cold here most of the time. I think the last time I remember feeling like warm outside was like last July, when it was like mid-70s. Like that's like shorts weather, isn't it? I don't know. I like being warm, personally. I'd rather have it cold though, because I can always layer up and prepare better for being cold than I can hot, because I mean, eventually I'm down to my underwear, and I mean, if I got shit to do that day, I mean, it's a mess. Another thing that bothers me is the LGBTQ plus community, mainly for the rights they want to give to people and how inclusive they are with, you know, people like, who are those people? Pedophiles. I've seen a lot of pedophilia advocate, fuck. You know, I've been seeing a lot of pedophilia advocation, and that just doesn't sit right with me. Which kind of stems into a bigger issue of, you know, I just don't really like the government, just in general. Yeah, the government, it's just, mostly the government, because they're the ones egging these fuckers on. Which kind of brings me into the next topic of how our society has, you know, adapted itself into being a bunch of disappointing faggots. That's really what it boils down to. We're all a bunch of faggots now. No one can take a fucking joke because, you know, oh, Billy fucking made a rape joke. That's sexual assault. We need to, like, figure out, like, what is and isn't sexual assault. Because I will admit, it is a problem, but I think people are making it into a bigger problem. Because I get slapped on my ass a lot, and I kind of like it. It's funny to me. You know, it's a good joke. So, is it sexual assault? I don't think it's sexual assault. You know, if one of my friends comes up, slaps me on the ass, hey buddy, you know, that's not sexual assault to me. That's just, you know, that's just being gay. Which kind of loops around to my problem with the LGBTQ plus community. But, you know, we'll save that one for a rainy day, I think. And I think there's a serious double standard when it comes to that shit, because when women do sexual assault things, it's just like, oh, that's funny. But when a guy does it, it's fucking, you know, he's Bill Cosby and, you know, Harvey Weinstein, you know, in the jails getting, you know, butt fucked by Raquise, the big black man with the dick with an elbow. You know, that just doesn't sit right with me. It just, you know, there's something about it just doesn't really seem correct to me, I think. Another thing that bothers me is this guitar of mine, this Huntington Stratocaster ripoff. It's just a piece of shit. I got it for $100 off Amazon, which, you know, really can't blame me there. For well, I mean, you can, you know. I just think it fucking sucks. The pickups are horrible. The neck is very thick and hard to play. It's a bitch to adjust the truss rod in it. And another reason I don't like it is because when I pulled it apart so I could repaint it, and I was planning on replacing the pickups, but I never did because I'm a broke bitch. Some of the parts went missing, some screws, a spring for the pickup up here. I have to duct tape it down so the magnets don't suck it into the string. It's just a piece of shit guitar, I think. You know, it doesn't sound that good. The tremolo system is whack. I just don't like it. I don't know why I bought it in the first place. It's such a piece of shit guitar. But you know, it's kind of like a kid. You know, you're always gonna have that one fuck up, and you're forced to love it, because, you know, if you don't, then you're a bad parent. So even though I fucking hate it and all of its faults, it's still my baby. It's still the bad bitch. So it's gonna be around for a little while until I can, you know, afford to spruce it up a little bit, you know, give it that little bit of that, you know, a little bit of that zest, you know, make it sound nice, you know. Another thing that tends to rub me the wrong way is 80s action movies, especially the low budget ones. I just don't like the fight scenes. It's totally not worth buying, because it just doesn't sit right with me. The continuity in those movies is usually horrible. I really don't want to talk about this one anymore. We're just gonna move on to the next one. The next topic just so happens to be my family, people I am forced to share a house with for at least another year. Well, here's the thing. I had a tub of ice cream. It was homemade vanilla from like Bayer's or Breyers. That you know the brand I'm talking about. I got some of their homemade vanilla ice cream because that shit's fucking phenomenal. Well, I didn't eat it right away. I was offered some ice cream last night, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll have some of the homemade vanilla. Yeah, and it was my brother serving, and he's like, what do you mean, the homemade vanilla? I was like, yeah, there's a tub of homemade vanilla in the fucking freezer. He's like, oh, that shit's gone. It got eaten like a week ago. It just kind of irks me that no one, you know, thought to tell me, hey, we're almost out of this ice cream you like, do you want some? I'm just surrounded by assholes, I think. I'm just fucking surrounded by these fucking troglodytes. God. Can't wait to move out. But the next thing that really kind of bothers me is school. Mostly my school. Everyone hates their school just because, you know, I don't want to be here. I'm tired. I want to go home. And for those reasons too, I will admit everyone has that problem when they're in high school. But the problem I don't think everyone can relate to is the fact that my school scheduling is horrible. There's new management this year. It's just a shit show. I had like no choices for my 5th period this semester. And so the bitch is just like, well, you could be a TA. And I was like, well, fuck, alright, I guess. I guess I'll fucking TA for some teacher. She's like, okay, here's a sheet of paper that you have to have them sign. So I went and I asked around for some teachers that I liked. And they're all like, yeah, no, we already have like 3 fucking TAs. And I was like, god damn it, this is always my fucking luck. Shoot me. So the first day of the 2nd semester came, and I spent the entire 5th period, you know, going around asking teachers, hey, do you have any, do you need a TA this hour? And they all said, no, I have like 5 fucking TAs. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I want to fucking commit suicide. I want to die. I ended up having to go down to the elementary, and I went to the secretary there, and I was like, hey, I need someone to TA for. Can you please give them this sheet? Like, send out an email, and whoever responds, give them this sheet. I don't care who I fucking TA for, just let me have a TA. So I ended up getting a TA for the old music teacher, which, you know, she's pretty nice, you know. I don't have much to complain about with her, you know. She basically just lets me sit around the entire hour because she already has a TA for the 5th period. But that's just basically my big irk with the school this year. Christmas, last day of school before Christmas break. What we usually do is we usually it's like a half-day schedule or whatever. You know, we don't have any class. But our school does this thing called Fill the Dome. Basically, we all have to bring in a certain amount of food, and it gets shipped off to the Fargo Dome in Fargo. That was kind of redundant. It all gets shipped off to the Fargo Dome for all the fucking starving families who are in poverty around the area. And our goal this year was 8,000 pieces of food, which for a student body of just over 1,000, I think that's kind of retarded. I don't even think there's 1,000 kids in our high school. I think it's closer to like 800 or 900. So like, we obviously didn't meet the fucking goal. So we ended up having like a 2-hour late start and like a talent show, which me and my band performed in, and we didn't even fucking win. Mind you, we were one of the better acts that played the talent show. When they finally announced the winners after Christmas break, like 3 weeks after we got back, the top prize was literally a fucking coupon to the shitty a la carte we have there for like a free drink. I'd rather lose than have a free drink, because it's a school drink, a cheap school drink. So like, it's not like we can go and get like a Coke or like a Pepsi or like something good. It's just like, yeah, we got Capri Sun, we got some shitty energy drinks no one buys. We've got some different flavored water. We've got regular water. We've got juice. You guys want some juice? You kiddies want some juice? So I just fucking hate my school. I seriously want to transfer to Moorhead or something. Like, I just want to fucking get out. I don't like it there. Everyone's a fucking hick. It aggravates me so fucking much. Another thing that bothers me is Coca-Cola products. I am a Pepsi guy through and through. It tastes sweeter to me. I prefer Diet Pepsi. If we're gonna get really into the nitty-gritty, it just tastes sweeter to me, which kind of goes hand in hand with the next topic. I don't really like McDonald's either. I'm one of the few people I've ever met that, you know, I can honestly say I would literally rather eat anywhere else than McDonald's. I would rather eat fucking trash from the back of a Chinese restaurant that may or may not serve the stray dogs that wander in front of the establishment. I just don't like McDonald's. Like, I eat it and I just feel sick. My shits get greasy as hell. Every time I eat it, it's just like a fucking Al-Qaeda raid to my fucking colon. I would literally rather eat my own vomit than eat McDonald's. I just don't like big corporations, I think. They make too much money and none of it goes to anything good. It's all just going to the fucking CEOs, the fucking, you know, the higher ups. McDonald's is a big enough corporation. They should not be fucking paying minimum wage. They should be paying at least double the minimum wage for how much they're making a year. How much are they making a year? Let me check. I'm Googling this shit. 2.6 million in sales annually, right behind Chick-fil-A. If you're like a local chain, like around here we have Burger Time. Fucking love that place. Honestly, I fucking love Burger Time. If you're ever in like Fargo, Moorhead area, hit up a Burger Time. Trust me, you will not regret it. They have amazing chicken sandwiches. They have amazing bacon cheeseburgers. Their fries, perfection. better than McDonald's. They're like McDonald's, but at least 3 times better. But like with like them, like local chains, like yeah, minimum wage, that makes sense. Like you don't have as much coming in as you'd need to. Because, you know, there's always these bigger corporate chains that are fucking international that are just like, yeah, your business, your customers, we'll take that, and we'll also take your fucking money. I hope you go under in the next 15 years. That's just my big oof with McDonald's and corporations. The next thing I have here, because I did write some shit down, because it just kind of helps me organize my thoughts. But that's not important. The next thing is hipsters. Hipsters really kind of fucking bother me. Not so much their style, unless they're guys. I cannot stand hipster guys' style. Fucking take off the glasses, and if you're gonna fucking grow a beard and don't wear a fucking beanie over your this length hair. Let it grow out, alright? The only guy I've ever seen with long hair look decent with a beanie on is fucking Zach Wilde. That man is a fucking legend. He is a role model. Like, if I had to choose my own fucking father, I would choose Zach Wilde in a heartbeat. He's a fucking G. Hipster chicks they're pretty alright, you know. They're pretty poppin'. I just don't like their attitude a lot of the time. It just kind of fucking irks me. Because a lot of them are vegan too, which brings me to my next point. Vegans, I do not like vegans. They are fucking annoying. Mostly because they can't shut the fuck up about the fact that they are vegan. And there's a lot of vegan extremists, which I've never seen with vegetarians. I've seen vastly more vegan extremists than I have meat eater or vegetarian extremists. Can't say I really like vegetarians, because how can you not enjoy meat? Like, morally, I guess, like, yeah, I can understand. Like, there's some guy with a fucking cleaver just, you know, standing there chopping the heads off chickens and watching their heads fly off like stomping on a toothpaste bottle. You know, other than that, like, I don't really see the issue. But the vegan extremists, like PETA, PETA is a good example. They make meat eaters and people who consume animal products, they make them seem like Satan incarnate, which, you know, that doesn't really sit well with me because, I mean, I like animals. Like, I can't stand animal cruelty, but I also enjoy the way they fucking taste. I guess I'm at a loss here, because, like, they use veganism as, like, their defining character trait. Like, my name's Joshua. I like to fucking bowl. I like long walks on the beach. And I'm vegan. I just have a problem with people fucking bitching. I need to check my blood pressure after I'm done recording this. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Another thing that really tugs at my titties is anti-marijuana people. Specifically, the ones who have never tried it. Like, if you're anti-marijuana and you're like, I tried it a couple times, I just don't like it, I don't see a point to it. I don't see a point to recreational use of marijuana. Like, okay, you have somewhere to stand, but for someone who is literally never consumed marijuana in any way, like, just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. That's like me, a 17-year-old, talking about voters' rights. You know, it's just fucking retarded. It's the same mentality of, like, 6-year-old not eating something because they don't like the look of it. It's the same fucking logic here. And I have been known to use marinara in my time. I am not retarded. When I'm high, I'm just really fucking stupid. Like, I say dumb shit. Like, prime example, one time recently, I got stoned off my ass and we all went to McDonald's. And I was talking with my friends, we're joking back and forth, and I called someone a nigga. I was like, fucking nigga, and the friend I said it to, he starts, like, laughing, and I don't know why, so I turned to look behind me, and lo and behold, there's a group of black gentlemen standing right behind me as I dropped an N-bomb. And I mean, if they had kicked my ass, I wouldn't have, like, I understand. It's my fault. So I'm not gonna get pissed. which is another thing that bothers me, is people who create their own problems. Like, they're the aggressor, yet they make themselves out to be the victim when they get their ass kicked. Another thing that bothers me is my wardrobe. For those of you who saw the last two videos, I wasn't Jewish Christian, I was myself. That's what I wear like most of the time. I usually throw on a flannel so I don't look like absolute garbage, but I think that ends up making me look like worse almost. So I just don't like my wardrobe. And the one thing to bring the cherry on top, my access to Klondike bars. It's very limited. I very rarely get them. I've done everything I said I'd do on the fucking list, still haven't gotten one. So it just kind of baffles me how this kind of ties back to my fucking family. They're fucking troglodytes. That's just what it boils down to. My access to Klondike bars, and that's it. That's all I fucking got. So that's it for this video. Be sure to sublime for Morse, and don't forget to click that fucking bell, because I don't think any of you are getting notified of when I fucking post a video. Let's see, sublime for Morse. Click the bell. Be sure to check out my boys at The Walking Depressed. There's going to be another video up soon featuring yours truly. It's another amateur chef makes gourmet shit video. I did a collab with them again, so check that out. So I will see y'all in the next fucking video.
Usually, if I ever see a black man on the street, I usually cross to the other side and walk on the other sidewalk, but lately I've just been waiting for him to pass me so I can shoot him in the back of the head.